Okay, we are back for our second portion of the Elder Scrolls Online. This is the poorly aging, sarcastic, witty. Okay, let's try that again. This is the poorly aging, sarcastic, witty PC gamer right here. We have a new channel. We hope you will support us. He's telling us about the steal prompt, and if we're caught, well, stealing is a crime, and if it's witnessed, a bounty will be placed on our head. Guards will confiscate the stolen items, all of that stuff. Let's get started on our second Elder Scrolls Online video for this new channel. Please like and subscribe.
Good to see you up and around. Figured you were crossing the bridge to Sovngarde for sure.
What is Sovngarde? For that matter, where am I?
Bleak Rock Island, off the coast of Skyrim. Holsgar found you washed upon the shore. Captain Rana will want to know you're awake.
Shalom. I don't know if I should have said shalom to him. He's got a lot of tattoos. He's obviously not a fellow Hebrew. And since I'm a Dunmer, I'm probably not a fellow Hebrew either. Mathor's journal. Saw a strange light over the water last night. I've seen the auras do some strange things, but never anything quite like this. Corpses washed up on shore. They were dressed strangely, as if they were from far-off lands. I have no idea where they came from. Tilrani said to send them on to Sovngarde with honors, so we did. Halsgar found someone on the shore, shivering in the cold, but not wet, just damp, where they were lying in the snow. Would have died without care. He dragged the body back to town and stuck it in one of the spare beds. Hopefully the poor soul will survive the night. Sounds a lot like my story. This is probably Captain Rana or Reyna, or I don't remember how the other dude pronounced it.
I'm short on good help, and I could use someone capable. Someone like you.
I don't know why you'd think I'm capable. Obviously, I just washed up on the shore, so something certainly beat me near to death. What in the world makes you think I'm capable? For that matter, how did I get here?
A fisherman found you washed up on the beach. He brought you back to town. It's a miracle you survived.
So, I washed up on the beach, and that makes you think I'm capable. Sounds to me like you're pretty desperate. But you are a very pretty Dunmer lass, so, now what?
You're the one Holsgar pulled out of the water. I'm glad you're up. I could use your help.
You know, he pulled me out of the water, or I washed up on the beach. Sounds like two different things, really. But in any case, I was brought in nearly dead. You realize that. I barely get my eyes open. I crawl to your feet, and you immediately want to enlist me in some kind of quest. You want to speak with me?
You've seen combat, and I need all the help I can get today.
How do you know I've seen
Villagers
combat?
are scattered across the island. We need to warn them.
How do you know I've seen combat? I don't even know if I've seen combat. I can remember fighting some demons or something like that in a prison, and probably Hanavi doesn't want me to tell you about that. So I fought to break out of a jail, which, for all I know, the first cop who sees me, I'm going to be back in that prison. So I don't know if that really counts as seeing combat. I think you have me confused with somebody else. Anyway, why do you even want them warned?
We sighted a ship offshore. I've sent my troops to investigate. If it's the vanguard of an invasion, well, we'll need to evacuate.
Yeah, I don't think I'm very good with combat. I might evacuate my bowels. Where should I start looking?
You'll find the people of Bleak Rock all across the island. Darj, the hunter, went to Sky Shroud Barrow. Iman's out at Orky's Hollow with his sister Rolanda. Sane, my sergeant, is out at Hossen's Folly.
You expect me to remember all these people and all this stuff and all this information? I'm an old Dunmer. I don't think that's very possible. Hassan's Folly, what's that, for instance?
It's an abandoned mine. A family came out from Stone Falls to work the place. Rumor has it, they're Daedra worshippers. Now some bandits are hunting through the place, and we need to know why.
Tell me about Orky's Hollow.
Locals claim it's haunted. They dare each other to spend a night inside. It's a silly custom, but a harmless one.
What is Sky Shroud Barrow?
It's an old dragon shrine. It's a relic of the Dragon Wars. Some of the villagers claim they saw undead out there. I sent Darj out to get proof.
Apparently he wants me to ask you about Hassan's Folly again so that I can tell you I'll start there. By the way, you look terrific in that uniform. Just one Dunmer to another. Hassan's Folly, what's that?
It's an abandoned mine. A family came out from
Wow,
Stone
that's what you
Falls
told
to
me
work
last
the
time.
place. Rumor has it, they're Daedra worshippers. Now some bandits are hunting through the place, and we need to know why.
I'll start at Hassan's Folly.
Thank you, friend. Once you've dealt with the bandits and sent Sane back here, see who else you can find.
Can I ask you a few questions? Like, are you married?
I'll answer what I can. Captain Tilroni's got the villagers thinking I'm an addled netch, but I'm actually a bit smarter than that.
Can you tell me about the races of the Pact?
I'm not a scholar, but I'll tell you what I know.
Can you tell me about the Argonians?
The Argonians are a mystery to me. The ones I've met keep to themselves. Good scouts, I'll give them that. Not long ago, the Dunmer held them as slaves. That ended with the founding of the Pact. Now, we're all best friends. I'm not a scholar, but I'll tell you what I know.
Can you tell me about the Nords?
I like Nords. Most Nords I've met are strong of arm and heart. I call them the proud spine of the Pact. I'm also more comfortable behind their swords than in front of them.
Could you tell me about the races of the Pact? Oh, I
I'm not
already
a
asked
scholar,
that.
but I'll tell you what I know.
Now that's kind of weird that it says, can you tell me about the Dark Elves? I mean, she's obviously a Dark Elf. I'm a Dark Elf. You would think the wording would be different. Like, can you tell me about our own race or something? So I think that's how I'm going to ask it, in fact. What do you think of our own race?
I won't speak for you, friend, but I live to enact the will of the Tribunal, our living gods. With their help, we can meet any challenge. If the Nords are the arm of the Pact, and if the Argonians are the heart, we're the brains.
Yeah, I only believe in one god. I know that's kind of weird around here. I'm catching that vibe that everybody wants me to be a pagan, but yeah, I only believe in one god. What does Chirani have against you?
I took her job. You might have heard her yelling about that in the square. It's petty, but what can I do? Every time I've reached out to her, she's slapped my hand.
How'd you end up here?
Posted to this backwater, you mean? I made a hasty decision. A bad call. Soldiers died. I learned my lesson. Now I don't act without proof.
Shalom, dear Dunmer sister. I'm not reading this whole book. I did last time and that video didn't work. Rana, I'm tired of the excuses. Yesterday's training exercise was shameful. When I was in charge, we never had these problems. I think Rolanda would make a better soldier than some of these milk drinkers. Get them together. The Pact is depending on us. Trillian Snowborn. Captain Rana, in light of your actions, I have no choice but to strip you of your command and rank. Your time at the Pelagiad or whatever garrison is over. Tomorrow you will appear before a court-martial. They will decide your ultimate fate. Fate. For some reason, the poorly aging, sarcastic PC gamer has trouble picking up the E on the end of the word fate. He often says fat for it, saying they will decide your ultimate fate, when it should be they will decide your ultimate fate. But back to my letter. May the three have mercy on your writhing soul. The court will not. General Vain Veteran Vivek Garrison. I've been exiled. I'm commanding a garrison of stinking Nords, and you can't find this place on a map. If Cyan hadn't come with me, I'd be the only Dark Elf on the island. She gave up so much to be here. I can never repay her loyalty. I'm determined not to let this bleak rock break me. That's from the second era of 581st year. Raynahan's log complete. Tilrani still acts as if I just got here. My time with the villagers when I was in command of the garrison means nothing to her. I will make her understand. Bleak Rock is my home now. No mistakes. Second era 581. Sun's height, log complete. The lights in the sky have caused a panic in town. We all know there are powers at work in Nirn. Most of these folk haven't so much as spoken with a mage. How can they understand something like mystical lights in the sky? Second era 581, frost log complete. In the wake of the lights, strange corpses floated ashore. Tilrani instructed some of the men to burn the corpses right there on the beach. I asked her to wait and let me check with Wilhelm first. She refused. Shucks, that woman. I've ordered the garrison to be on guard. Something's in the air. Second era 582. Morning Star log complete. Halsgar found someone alive along the beach. He claimed the castaway wasn't wet. How could someone float ashore without getting wet? Snowborn can get stuffed. I'm writing a letter to headquarters. They need to weigh in on this. Last night, I had a dream about our castaway. If Tilrani heard I was having strange dreams, she'd have Denskar lock me in his barn. In the dream, the newcomer stood in front of me and beckoned me forward. I felt compelled to advance, as if it was important somehow. I don't know what it means, but I need to talk to this newcomer, assuming the poor stranger ever wakes up. Oh, okay. I thought there was another page. I was pretty sure there was another page to this. There is. Our men at the tower sighted a ship on the horizon. Couldn't make out the flag. Tilrani is furious, says we need to evacuate. That's the kind of thinking that got me here in the first place. I put Haranton in charge of the men and sent them out on the boat. Cyan and I will handle the situation here on the island. Whatever happens, we need to proceed carefully. We need a measured response. Now we're getting out in the real world, finally, after all that time. And it is snowing, okay. Or there is snow, I should say. It's not actively snowing. And as you can see, there's a diamond thing there telling me to find Cyan, or whatever her name is. If I go over here, I'll be at Halmare's house, whoever Halmara is. It is an open world. Like I said earlier, I play it as a single player role-playing game for the most part. Rarely I will get involved with others, collecting some wood in case I need it. Rarely I'll play it with others. And it's not that I don't like other people, it's just I'm not used to playing multiplayer games. Frankly, I'm not used to having friends around, so that's part of the problem. Now I'd have to break in if I wanted to go into that house, and of course I don't want to do that. I don't want to break the law. You don't know what it's like. You haven't got a clue. If you did, you'd find yourself doing the same thing too. Breaking the law. Let's talk to this chick.
My husband, Galund, went fishing yesterday morning. He never came home. I went looking for him this morning with my dog, and now my dog has wandered off.
You're not having very good luck today.
No, I'm not. The last place I saw Rex's was near our mill, just north of here. Take this whistle. Use it when you get over there. I'll wait here in case he comes home.
I'll find your dog. And your husband if I can. I don't know why I'm suddenly I'm just willing to take a quest from anybody. Somebody says, hey, do this thing for me. Now, by the way, did you notice I didn't use the dog whistle? She says she gave me a dog whistle, but you notice I put fingers in my mouth to whistle? So she said she gave me a dog whistle, and then I didn't use a dog whistle. I used my fingers in my mouth. I just healed myself because I got a little hurt in the fall. I would have healed naturally, but I figured I might as well use my magic so that I could level up in Magicka. Now, I like to go with passive abilities because they just happen without me having to press a button, and they're very helpful. And so I always look for passive abilities that I can use. Right now I don't see any, at least not so far. It wouldn't be so bad of an idea, by the way, to get Soul Trap. But I think I'm just not going to spend my skill points right now. The bandit has a note on him. I probably should read it. But there's somebody else that wants to fight first. There's certainly plenty of people over here that want to fight. And if I survive, I will level some of my skills by doing this. And I'll get to loot the bodies, that's always fun. Loot the bodies, loot the bodies, loot the bodies, loot the bodies. I generally begin the main quest pretty early on. There's so much to do in this game and so much variety that I have to keep notes as to like where I have to travel to begin the main quest, because there are 3 alliances you can have, and depending on who you align with, you would start the main quest in a different place. And a unique thing about the main quest is you can't do it all at once. Where in most games, you can go to the first location of the first task of the main quest and then just, you know, keep going through until you've completed the main quest. That's not the case in the Elder Scrolls Online. What will happen is you'll get some things completed, some tasks, and then Hanabi will tell you it's not time to do the next thing yet. He'll tell you he's got to prepare something or something like that, and then you go and you do other quests. Now there's a lot of quests to do. Like I said, I've been playing this game since at least 2014, maybe earlier. And I haven't run out of things to do. Now, one reason is what we talked about earlier, that they keep putting out new DLC. And then once a year, new chapters. But also, I'm not in any hurry to get right to what they call the end game content, and so the Frostledge pillagers are hereby engaged to find relics of power in Hazen's Folly and bring them to General Serene. Payment to be dependent upon the nature of what is found. Down payment in gold has been offered and accepted. Be sure to warn your scouts. The cultists used an old Nord tomb as their worship space. Those hairy bastards love to set traps in their burial mounds. Expect some flame traps or sword blades, or flaming sword blades. Cause as much trouble as you like, the more the better. Kill anyone you meet. Well, that's sweet. So I like to start characters rather than rush to the so-called end game. So I've been able to play this game quite a bit without getting bored since at least 2014. Could have been 2013. I just don't remember when the alpha and the beta were. Or whether there even was an alpha. I don't remember whether I played an alpha. I distinctly remember playing a beta. They were very exciting times. This is the kind of game that will keep you engaged as long as you want to be engaged.
Get lost!
It's cold out here. Let me in.
What? Who in oblivion are you? Get out of here before I gut you like a trout.
I'll be Bach. Or Beethoven. Now I'm looking at the inventory to see if there's anything that would help me get in here. The work at Hosens goes slowly. Capture any villagers you find and bring them back to camp. Then you can trade them for food. We'll accept the villagers living or dead, however they want to play it. New Georgian Oathbreaker. I have to stop some local bandits. I'll burn their supplies and rescue their prisoners. Really? That's what the note says? I'm looking to see if there's anything here to help me get into the... By the way, I should probably put on some armor. Like I said, I prefer light armor, so that's what I'm looking for. And I don't have a full set yet. I could put on pieces that
Get lost!
aren't light armor, but
Do not complain, but that does not seem to stop you.
I would much rather just wear light armor and train in that. You basically train in light armor, as far as I can tell, by getting hit in light armor. Now, I don't want to give the wrong impression. I don't play this game every day or anything. But I have played it quite a bit. And I don't get tired of it. You have to be at level 10 to have access to the multiplayer content. I remember the first time I got to level 10, I was very excited. And back then, because it was new, there weren't very many people playing it in the first place, and very few that had gotten to level 10. And so that was one of the best times in the game. Now, of course, because there are better gamers out there, and there are people who have spent more time in the game, there's lots of people who have gotten further in the game than I have. I don't remember how many champion points I have. I could check. Where's champion? Oh, it doesn't tell me how many champion points I have? I think it's like 382 or something, but I could be wrong. It could be higher, it could be lower. But the point is, there are people that have gotten well above 1,000, so...
Watch yourself. There are bandits about.
Yeah, I've been fighting them. So I figured that out. I wish I could get your skin color. I'm here to help you. Captain Rana sent me.
That's refreshing. Most days it's just Rana and me against the world. We have some work to do. That cursed ship is the least of our worries. Bandits are plundering the mine looking for artifacts.
Why are they here?
They're alert, looking for something. Had to kill the one behind me before he warned the others.
How could I help?
How are you at subterfuge? I'll stay here and keep an eye on these bandits. Take the uniform from our friend here, then get down into the mine shacks and see what's going on.
It looks like your armor, which is supposed to be iron or something like that, breathes with you. It looks like it expands when you take in air. Not that I've been staring at your chest or anything, but it looks like it expands when you take in air, and then it constricts when the air leaves your body. How is that possible for iron? I mean, I'll do it.
Grab some gear from our friend here. His kit will help you slip into the mine unnoticed.
Did you say kit? That sounds like more of a name than a noun. Well, a proper noun. Forget it. How long have you reported to Captain Rana?
I've been her second in command since we arrived on the island. She really is a skilled commander. This just isn't her finest day. Or mine.
Was this place called Hassan's Folly?
I'm not entirely sure. It was named after a prospector who came out here with his family. They said they were mining for iron, but folks saw them wearing dark robes.
Dark robes? Were they cultists?
That's the story. One day there was a fire and the whole camp burned. Locals said they heard monsters roaring. The place has been boarded up ever since.
Shalom, dear Dunmer. Can I help you with something?
I can understand you. Oh my, I'm not a skeever.
A skeeva? Are you supposed to be?
No. Follow me. I'll show you.
All right. Lead on. You see how these games work. Life is what happens to us while we're busy making other plans. We're supposed to be, protecting the world from falling apart because of something Moloch Baal's doing or whatever it was. Or maybe we're supposed to be saving Lyris Titanborn or something like that. But now we're caught up in some skeever thing and some cursed ship or cultists. I don't even know anymore. So I'll just take a gnarled one. M-O-L-L-A, Mola. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You'd have to be pretty old to get that joke.
Oh, thank Kine. You have it.
Can you explain what's going on?
My friends and I were out hunting in the woods when a mad mage ran up and began throwing spells at us. I think he only nicked me. He dropped that wand in the snow as he left.
What does the wand do?
I don't know how spells work. I tried picking up the wand, but it wouldn't let me. I think it does the spell, or undoes it. Look, my friends are Falta, Brend, and Runzenwild. They're skeevers now. Please find them and use the wand to fix them.
I'll look for them, Mola. M-O-L-L-A, Mola. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Come and do business.
Well, actually, you're a guild store, and I'm probably not a member of your guild, but... yeah, very nice. I want to go to the Wayshire. It says I already discovered it. I don't remember discovering it, and I want to make sure it's discovered. Way shrines is how you travel between places without having to pay a bunch of money. Oh, use dog whistle above. Yeah, see, we have so many quests going right now, and we could have more, but... But yeah, we're looking for the man and his dog. We're gonna try and go into some mine. And again, you saw we didn't really use a dog whistle. We used our fingers. Rex bounces back and forth in your hand, under your hand. He looks like he wants you to follow. I should see where he wants to go. So whatever your grand, quest is to save the world, keep it from demonic activity, keep it from blowing up or whatever, you get bogged down instead in everything else.
Thanks.
Like changing people, the skeevers back into people when you're trying to follow a dog.
Thank God. My boat sank off the coast in a storm. It was unnatural. I saw colors I've never seen before. I drifted for hours on a plank. I thought I was dead.
You're going to be fine, Gelliund, or whatever your name is. I don't know how I know your name, in fact. I don't remember whether your wife told me your name or not, but I'm also not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. So I don't know how I know that you're going to be fine, but you're going to be fine. I'm YouTube Dunmer Dude, here to help you out, as long as it doesn't take too much trouble.
Just give me a second, and I'll head back home. I'll lean on Rexus when I get tired.
So you didn't
Almera
really
will
need
be
me.
worried sick. Thank you.
So I didn't do anything. You didn't need me at all. Well, that's comforting. But I get level 5 rewards for it. And that lunatic yells for me, and I think I'm the lunatic if I remember correctly. Now this opened up racial skills, the Dark Elf skill line. So I'm like I told you, I like passive skills, so I'm going to the passive skill stuff right now. So far the only armor stuff has to do with heavy armor, and I don't plan to wear heavy armor, so I'm not planning on wasting any of my level ups on heavy armor. Now this I can morph into a greater skill, and I'm about to do that. Oh, even dive I can morph into a greater skill. I still got 2 skill points I could use if I could find anything I wanted to spend them on. I don't really want to spend any on the destruction staff because, like I said, for the most part, I don't even want to use the destructive staff. If I can avoid using it, I will. And so far with the racial skills of the Dark Elf, only passive abilities were available, and I'd gotten the ones that were available. Oh, I forgot to put on the disguise. That one adds to my maximum health, and that one adds to my max. I don't know if I'm wearing both of them. Looks like I'm wearing both of them at the same time now. That's interesting. So I hope you're enjoying this this video of the Elder Scrolls Online. Whether you already play it or whether you've never played it and you're wondering what it's like. It's hard to really show you in one video or two what a game like this is like because it's just huge and there's so many things to do in it. I don't think you could really get
Watch out for the bandits' wolves. They'll sniff you out.
I don't think I can give you a good idea of what it's like. One, because I might not be that skilled of a player in it. But also, simply because it is so huge, you know, you can work the guilds. You can work the Thieves Guild, the Fighters Guild. I don't know. There's probably a Dark Brotherhood in it. I just don't remember. Rot Gutter. Keep this rune stone out of the mine. If you bring it near the unspeakable sigil, the portal closes. Then we're cut off from the relics. This means we don't get paid. If you don't understand, I'll start breaking fingers until you do. Okay, well that's helpful. If I was one of the professionals, I suppose I would be telling you a lot of things about my build. My build in the game, not what I look like in real life. Not my athletic build. But, you know, that's one thing where I differ as well. I don't believe in creating builds to play a certain style. these are role-playing games, so I believe in playing the way you want to play. If they say a certain race, for instance, isn't good at magic, but you happen to want to be a magic user, and you're from that race, well, I'd say play as that race and be a mage. Why shouldn't you?
Get lost.
Lie! The boss wants me to check on the relics we already found.
Quick, come inside. We've almost made it past the scamps. I heard them say the portal is just beyond.
Chryseus.
Who are you? Please don't hurt me. Guards! Intruder!
Well, I didn't hurt you, but it looks like the fire sure did. And you were trying to get me hurt, so you kind of brought it on yourself. There are just so many environments in this game. It's so vast. Beautifully done. Most of the storytelling is really good. And there are a lot of stories being told as well. You could bypass the main quest and still play it for a very, very long time and get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I'm not saying you'd want to bypass the main quest, I'm just saying you do you. Which is, I think, what role-playing games are about. Use the portal to enter Oblivion. Well, that doesn't sound like such a good idea, but I am not afraid to be living in Oblivion. I am not afraid to be living in Oblivion. You want some of this? It'd be nice if I had a clue as to what I'm supposed to be doing in Oblivion. There's different parts of the game for... Is it possible we didn't go through the... Because this looks like... It looked before we went through the portal. Is it possible we didn't go through the portal? I'm confused. Yeah, it still says use the portal to enter Oblivion. We must not have entered Oblivion. Now I'm lost. Okay, it's up here. Cool. Why didn't it let us enter when we were supposed to? Maybe I entered it and immediately exited it? I don't know. But, okay, now I'm inside the, Sorry, dude, you're in my way. A lot of the enemies in this game, I don't know why they're enemies. I merely know they're presented as enemies. They're trying to stop me from whatever I'm trying to do, or they're trying to kill me, or both. And so I have to take them out merely on that basis. Bleak Rock Isle. Leave the mine above. Well, wasn't that the door to leave the mine where I just was? Hazen's Folly Ruin. Have we been in here before? I'm confused. Okay, I think this is where... the gate to Oblivion was. Just a few minutes ago. I'm certainly not sure. Yeah, that's how we got to Oblivion before. It was something that was right here. And this scam keeps showing up again. And remember this guy too, because we started talking about why are these enemies our enemies? And there isn't a necessary answer to that. It's just sometimes there's some people that are there to stop us. Let's go out into Bleak Rock Isles and see if it still says we're supposed to go back in.
So, what did you find out?
The bandits were contracted by the Daggerfall Covenant to steal the Daedric artifact.
A Covenant contract? I smell a distraction. That ship we spotted might be the start of an invasion. We've got to get back to the village. Orc-loving Covenant cowards.
You hate orcs? What now, Sain? Or Saini, or however you pronounce your name?
You found the evidence. The Covenant sent these bandits, and that means trouble. I'll head back and warn Captain Rana. You'll need to find as many missing people as possible.
I'll find as many as I can, which sounds like as many people as possible. So I don't know why I'm just rephrasing what you're saying, but the game's having me do that. Thank you very much. You are very lovely to look at. And just like that, I'm level 6. Now remember, I may be leveling faster than you can expect to if you just start the game on your own. It would depend whether you've ever gotten any championship points before. Because your championship points from other characters you've played can be applied to new characters without it going from the old characters. I'm just going to hold on to all those points because I'm going to have times when there'll be things I want to attributes I want to give my player or skills I should say, that I'll need those points in order to get. What becomes available is first based on what you use. So the reason I would be able to buy upgrade skills to use my staff better is because I've used my staff in the past. So whatever you use in the game, those are the first things you're going to get access to skills for. That's why I'm wearing the light armor, hoping that light armor skills will become available to me soon. The heavy armor skills are not that interesting to me right now because I don't use heavy armor in any Elder Scrolls games. That's just not me. I suppose if I was playing as a Nord or an Orc, I would use heavy armor, or at least consider it a lot more. But I'm playing a Dunmer. I consider myself more light on my feet. I want to sneak around a lot. And heavy armor makes noise. And so, I don't think it's good for sneaking around. There's
Something
Dodge
has
the
to be
Hunter.
done about these undead.
How can I help?
The dead walk at Sky Shroud. There's an evil power radiating from within the shrine, but the door is locked. In the Skald's tales, every dragon shrine had a priest. If we could speak with Sky Shroud's priest, he could tell us how to get in.
Speak to a spirit, you mean? Necromancy?
If Shore is willing, yes. I brought a bag of incense to burn as an offering. The bone men got me before I could try the ritual. You might have better luck. What do you say?
Give me the bag. I'll see what I can do. I don't know why I'm trying to talk like you. First of all, I don't imitate you very well, and two, you might think it's racist.
I hope you have better luck at the shrine than I did. Watch yourself in there.
What can you tell me about Sky Shroud Battle?
The barrow has been here for as long as anyone can remember. Legends say a cult of dragon worshippers built it, as well as the shrines like it on the mainland.
No one's ever tried to get in?
Some folks have, mostly youngsters. Until recently, this place was haunted by dust and the occasional frostbite spider. Now, skeletons rise from their graves. Something has changed.
Shalom, my friend. I was actually looking to burn the supplies, but now we're getting, we're at an hour here on this video. I know there's going to be some people that want to see 10-minute videos. And then there's others that want to see 3-hour videos. Now, obviously, the only way I could please both of them would be if I did a lot of 10-minute videos, but also did a lot of 3-hour videos. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do things basically the way I usually play, although I might break up the sessions into hours. Because it's not unheard of for me to play a 5-7 hour session, and I don't think YouTube would appreciate seeing that. That's not. So the best way to replicate one of my real play sessions would be to take a bunch of my videos and play them back to back.
You're not one of the bandits. Help me!
How did they capture you?
They got me in the forest. We were gathering firewood. Dedring, my brother, tried to fight. They split his skull with an axe. I thought I was a dead man until you arrived.
Well, how do you know I'm a good guy? I might not be a good guy. You may be a dead man, actually. That's not true. Let me untell you.
Shore's bones. Thank you. I'd like to kill every one of those bandits, but I'm no fighter. I'm glad you are.
I don't know why
Kill
everyone...
a few for Dedring. I'll buy you a drink back at the village.
I don't know why everybody thinks I'm a fighter. I literally woke up in a jail cell, and people started calling me a hero. Although Hanavi calls me the Vestige, which is odd. So keeping these time limits in mind, I'm gonna draw this to a close. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Understand, I get how pathetic it is for me to beg for your support. And I always swore I would never do that. You know, if I ever got a YouTube channel, I would never beg for likes and subscriptions and all that. But I had no idea how much, and I'm not trying to complain or anything, but I had no idea how much work went into it. Like, you see guys or gals playing video games on YouTube channels, and you think, okay, they're just doing what they always do, which is playing video games, and that's it. You don't see everything that goes in the background, what it takes to make these videos, and then what it takes to actually make a YouTube channel where people actually want to go there. So yeah, I'm pathetically begging you to like and subscribe, and understand, if this channel isn't what everything you want a YouTube channel to be, we're getting there. It'll be better. It'll get better and all that. It's just a matter of doing it. Doing more videos, uploading them, getting feedback from the community, all of that. And so I thank you for joining us today, watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And I want to thank the 3 people that have already subscribed. This channel is about a week old, maybe a few days younger than a week old, and we have 3 subscribers. I expected more, although I didn't expect, thousands or anything like that in a week. I expected we'd probably get 15 or 20 in the first week, and we got 3. That's something. So anyway, love you. Like and subscribe. This is the poorly aging, sarcastic, witty PC gamer.